Life is Great New England. Only the good stuff. Showcasing New England's best entertainment, sports, and lifestyle. Life is Great New England with hosts Alice Cook, Chuck Nilosek, and John Meterparel. Life is Great New England. Only the good stuff.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Life is Great New England. And guess where we are tonight? None other than Symphony Hall. Chuck is going to be on first violin, and Meter is going to be on second violin, or do I have that mixed up?
I can't tell which violin is which, so.
I'm much better, so I'm definitely first.
Oh, now it's on. Now
It's on.
we're going to have to find out who's the best musician up here. I don't know.
This is just unbelievable. We are standing where Keith Lockheart stands
Yeah.
to conduct this orchestra. We're going to have so much for you tonight. Chuck, tell us about what you're going to do tonight.
Well, I have the distinct honor to be able to recite "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" for this packed audience here.
Ooh, I'd be nervous.
Merry audience members who are looking to get into the Christmas spirit, and a la Chevy Chase and Christmas Vacation, I will be up there doing my best rendition of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
Well, good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right, and we learned how to play the trumpet. At least you guys did, or tried.
Well,
we have that for you later.
Yeah.
And Meter, you got a little tour backstage.
I did get a little tour in perhaps one of the most famous concert halls in the world. Not perhaps, it is. It's the most famous concert hall in the world. Forget about New York. Boston's the place where it all happens.
Are we going to get to talk to Keith Lockhart? Are you going to get that opportunity?
Yes, I have an exclusive interview.
Oh, there we go.
I can't wait.
It's amazing.
All right, so let's start with a tour. Here we go.
Thanks, Alice. I'm here with Mike Martin, one of the main trumpet players for the Boston Symphony. And Mike, we are in the main lobby. This is quite an ornate setting, and when you enter this building, you sense the history of the building.
It's pretty incredible, yeah. The hall was built over 100 years ago, and it still has almost all of its original characteristics. It's undergone very little renovation. The ingenuity behind the way it was designed allowed for it to age very well. And this is a great space that allows people to have a drink or get a bite to eat before the show, and really gets them into the mood to see a symphony concert.
This has to be something that you think about a lot, the history of the Boston Symphony. What's the significance of that for you?
It's incredible. You know, it's been known as America's orchestra for a long time, and it's one of the oldest in the country. And the Boston Pops was the first Pops Orchestra in the country, and to be able to play in the BSO and the Boston Pops consistently on a regular basis is it's pretty incredible, and I'm very blessed.
All right, this is right outside the main concert hall, and this is a special place for Michael because his picture's on the wall, so he's part of this roster. This is like being part of the 1927 New York Yankees or the 2013 Boston Red Sox, a true all-star cast. And when you first saw your picture on the wall, what was going through your mind?
It sort of officially hit home at that moment to see me up there amidst players and names that I've known all my life. To know that I was sort of in those ranks was a pretty surreal but magical experience.
And how long have you been playing the trumpet? Since you were 5 years old?
I started when I was 11, actually, so about 18 years now. Yeah.
And such a rigorous pursuit, I can imagine. How long did you practice every day?
It was a minimum of 3.5 to 4 hours a day outside of rehearsals and other things.
See that, kids? 3.5 to 4 hours. That's all it takes to reach the Boston Symphony. And lucky us, we're going to walk through these doors right now, and we are going to go on stage with Michael. All right, this is where it all happens, the main stage of Symphony Hall. And Mike, you are here on a nightly basis, on a weekly basis. Give us your 2 cents on what it's like to be on this stage every night.
You know, it's pretty incredible. It's one of the older halls in the country, and it's renowned as acoustically the most amazing space in the U.S., one of the 3 most acoustically superb halls in the world. And to get to play here on a weekly basis in the orchestra is great, but during holiday pops, it's even more special. We take all the chairs out, we put the tables in, people come in, have a good time, get in the holiday spirit. It's pretty great.
Now, before you walk on this stage, a lot of athletes have superstitions. Do you guys have a pregame ritual?
Ooh, well, in terms of a pregame ritual, I'd say there's definitely certain aspects of what we do that are routine. I only actually ever come through that door because I've heard that people trip coming through the other door, and I stay away from that. I'm clumsy as it is, so I only ever come through stage left.
Good to know. Good to know. Stage left. Now, when Keith Lockheart is up there, the first time you were sitting here, what was that experience like when you saw him? Was he your first conductor here?
He was actually. Pops was one of the first concerts I played with the orchestra, and it was really incredible. You know, I grew up listening to Boston Pops records with Arthur Fiedler and John Williams and Keith Lockheart, and to be sitting in one of the trumpet chairs with him conducting was just really surreal.
And acoustically, you feel like it's one of the best places to play in the world, I bet.
It really is. We can hear each other really well, and the feedback that we get from the hall when the sound bounces around is really special.
Now, tell us the truth. Do you ever screw up? And if you do, what happens?
Oh, I never screw up. But if I did, I would certainly make sure and go home that night and practice those notes that I missed extra hard.
Is Keith a taskmaster? Is he the Belichick of conductors?
He certainly is. He certainly is. But yeah, he's fair and balanced, but expects a lot of us, and we give a lot to him.
All right, I am actually in Keith Lockhart's dressing room. This is where he gets his inspiration before every concert, and I am lucky enough to be sitting at his very own piano. So I'm going to try my hand at this and see what happens. Okay, it ain't Billy Joel, it ain't Liberace, but you know what? It's pretty cool. All right, come on, let's go to the stage.
Atlanta. Hola, Miami.
Local Now is here for you.
Hi, New York. Hey, LA. Chicago.
To get you through life's new normal.
Hey, America.
Trust me, you're going to love this. Come on.
2 tablespoons of sugar.
But kind of near average on.
This is the place to be.
Something for everyone. Local Now. Download for free in your favorite app store.
Well, we are here with Pops conductor Keith Lockheart, and I have to say this is just minutes before he is going on stage. I know I'm not talking to a football coach anymore. Why do you agree to do interviews so quickly before a performance?
Well, I suppose it's when you were here, for one thing, and also, football coaches don't do 35 games in 3 weeks. So after a while, it becomes a little bit easier. If this was one thing we built up for the entire week, you probably wouldn't see me before the concert.
With that being said, how do you keep it fresh?
I think it's the audiences that keep it fresh. Any performer wants to please an audience. These concerts mean so much to so many people. There's so much energy, so much enthusiasm in the hall, especially in the holidays. The kids all decked out, so excited about Santa. It's easy to do a great concert when people really want a great concert.
So I'm interested to know how you psych yourself up. What is your pregame routine, so to speak?
Well, in a perfect world, my pregame routine is a nice, hour and a half long nap, a little light supper and all that, but I have little kids at home, so my pregame routine was watching Curious George and reading to us The Night Before Christmas tonight.
And speaking of that, our partner, Chuck Nilosek, is going to be reading The Night Before Christmas. Do you give someone a pep talk before this happens? I know he's going to be meeting you at intermission. What do you say to the people that have to perform this? I would be so nervous if it were me.
Well, the big thing is to keep them from being nervous. It's hard to ignore the fact there are 75 professional musicians on stage with you. I tell them to read it as if they were reading it to their own children and ignore those other 2,000 people in the hall. And most of all, to have fun, because if you have fun, that radiates and that shows. And if you don't have fun, that also shows.
I love to use sports analogies, of course. So Bill Belichick always says, a coach is only as good as his players. Do you feel the same way as a conductor with your musicians?
Very much so. It is very much the job of a coach and a conductor is to get the best out of their players. But it's a foolish coach or a conductor who forgets that the people who are actually playing the game are those wonderful people on stage you're working with.
And such talented people that you're working with.
It's a lot of fun, almost all the time.
Okay, so we have to talk about this. Here it is, the new CD.
There it is.
All right, tell us about it.
Well, A Boston Pops Christmas live from Symphony Hall is one of many holiday albums that Boston Pops has done over the years. It's my third in 19 years, but it's the first to have ever been recorded live in Symphony Hall. It was over the course of about 6 concerts in the 2011 and 2012 seasons. So what we attempted to do in this is, besides all the great Boston Pops Pops arrangements that you would expect, is capture some of that energy, the enthusiasm, the buzz. I mean, you can hear it behind you, right, of what's going on in the hall. In the audience sing-along, you can hear 2,000 people singing with the Boston Pops. It tries to recreate that feeling for the almost 100,000 people who hear this concert every year.
Well, we'll let you get to work. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Good luck with the show, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it comes out.
All right, well, we're here with Michael Martin. Finally, we're going to settle this long-running dispute of who the best musician is here, because originally one of us was going to be selected to be part of the Boston Symphony. I didn't tell you guys, but we're really here for an audition. And Michael Martin, who has come up through the ranks to reach the pinnacle of the musical world here at the Boston Symphony, is going to give us some lessons on possibly what it takes to be part of the Pops and the Symphony, and then he's going to select one of us. What do you think? I know I got you. I don't know, but what you have. I know I have you. I've seen you play a lot of instruments, and it wasn't too good.
I played the flute in the band. I think it was 4th to 6th grade. I was second chair.
Yeah.
So I have that experience on the flute.
Just by looking at us, can you tell who was the best?
I've got to give it to the experienced flute player. Second chair in 6th grade is probably going to do it, I think. Yeah.
My oboe
You never
experience
forget.
as a 3rd grader didn't pay off.
Oboe, you didn't. There you go. I had to say it. What's the? This is. I know this is a trumpet, John. So this is. I'm already. I think one spot ahead. What do you say, Michael? Why don't you tell us what to do?
Well, the most important thing I think is to take a good breath and make sure you're set up here really well. So, does anyone want to go first, or should I
Chuck
demonstrate?
does. Here, you got.
I'll take the microphone.
Okay.
And so,
I'm going to hold it, put 3 fingers just on there.
I'm going to pretend like I don't know what I'm doing for the cameras.
I usually use my right hand, but if you want to go left-handed, then I think that'll give you some points, actually. So,
Oh.
there you go. Just
Lefty
make it
righty.
nice, like you're holding a pencil
Okay.
there.
Do you worry about germs, Mike?
Oh, not at all.
Okay.
And then you take a
We'll
big
all be
breath.
related at the end of the show.
Keep your lips
By
together.
the way,
Oh my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
You lose.
Oh, my goodness.
Heavenly.
our featured
Did
on
that
the
sound
new
heavenly or
Boston
what?
Pops Christmas live from Symphony Hall.
It was not impressive.
Beat that, baby. John's on.
All right, here we go, John.
You got to give it a try.
I will give it a try.
Now the question is, do you worry about germs, John?
I actually do. Based on your history, yes.
Germaphobe?
Here he
Okay,
goes.
here we go.
All right, now do I have to press anything? Or just blow?
Just try it.
Finest.
Here we go.
Please say hello, ladies and gentlemen, to the all-volunteer.
It sounds like a sick cow.
That was
How longer than you did?
that was actually pretty good.
All right.
I concede
Here we
to
go.
you, John.
Here we go.
John, that was
Not
amazing.
bad, right?
All right.
Okay, so
Now I
here we
asked you
go.
if you're worried about germs. How about like lip gloss?
I'm married. So
Is this the one you're playing tonight?
that's the one I'm playing tonight. Yeah.
Am I holding it right, Mike?
I think that's
That
probably
looks,
enough.
that's good technique, yes.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Give it a rip. Are you kidding me?
Are you, Alice? What in the world?
Where did that come from?
Where did you get? Have you even seen anything like that?
No, I don't know, but I'm not going to wipe the lipstick off my mouthpiece.
Wow.
She can promise I play like that.
Maybe I practiced a little bit.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Has
Alice.
Lockhart been giving you lessons?
No. So Mike has promised to do the, at the end of the song, sleigh ride?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
and it's
absolutely.
the horse, the
horse,
Winnie?
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Can't wait to hear that.
It's a big part of the audition, so.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Martin. Wow, very good. Very
Leave it to him to
good.
make it sing like that.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you, Michael, for having
Thank
us.
you,
We really
Michael.
appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, Alice, I mean, I got to give you kudos.
Yeah,
You are
hats off
by
to-
far the best musician in
She's
of
the
whole
new
group.
maestro.
She absolutely is.
I'll
So,
give you guys a lesson later.
all right. Well, we'll be back with more from Symphony Hall in just a minute.
Hey, Boston. Atlanta. Hola, Miami.
Local Now is here for you
Hi, New York. Hey, LA. Chicago.
to get you through life's new normal.
Hey, America.
Trust me, you're gonna love this. Come on.
2 tablespoons of sugar.
But kind of near average on.
This is the place to be.
Something for everyone. Local Now. Download for free in your favorite app store.
Well, it's about that time. I'm getting close to my big stage performance here at Symphony Hall, and who better to give me the encouragement and the inspiration and the instruction than Keith Lockheart himself. Thank you, number one, for having me and trusting me with this tremendous opportunity, but give me some type of advice. What do I need to do, sir?
We can help you there, Chuck. Okay, this is the first thing you need to do. Have fun. Forget that there are 75 highly trained, skilled professional musicians on the stage with you. 150 if you count the chorus. And 2,000 people listening to your every word. Forget all that stuff. Have fun. Pretend you're reading it to your kids or your nieces and nephews, that it's an intimate sort of experience, and have fun with it and enjoy it. The only people who don't succeed are the people who don't have fun. Here's what you need to know, okay? This is the playbook. 4 chimes at the beginning. Listen for 4 chimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, based about 4 seconds apart. Then start to read. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Somewhere at a speed between an auctioneer and a funeral director. And there's a couple little notes in there about little things to wait for, but they're pretty small. If it says a 3-second pause, it's a real TV 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 go, and you're used to doing that. And did I mention have fun?
Well, I think that just about sums it up. And I mean, who was the worst one to do this? Am I going to be better than the worst? I mean, you don't have to give any names, but have there been any disasters out there?
I would never give names, especially in this most festive time of the year. But let me say there have been a couple of regrettable moments at times, and you will not be one of them. They're usually people who have never spoken in public before, and you as a seasoned journalist will be right there among the greats. I'm sure of it.
Well, I'll be certainly the least talented one on stage, but I'll be having the most fun. Thank you, Keith. And you know how to perform CPR if I should fall down and need some, medical attention?
No, but we have people here who can. Okay. We'll get the team on right away. The team of doctors will be on you in a moment.
Keith Lockheart, he's there for me, making sure I'll be okay. Thank you so much. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were all nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my Red Sox cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner, listen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all! As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the house walk the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed in all fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry.
He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed. Like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of an eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but he went straight to his work, and he filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he goes. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night."
Talk about having to do a quick interview. I have the busiest guy in all of planet Earth right now. It is Santa Claus, and now that I have you, you were amazing. Just getting off the stage here at the Symphony Hall.
Chuck,
amazing.
You were terrific, and I'm moving you over to the nice list.
Whoa, that is big news because I've been lobbying for that for a long time. That is Santa Claus putting me on the nice list. Write that down, set your DVRs, record that, because if somehow I get on the wrong list Christmas morning, at least that'll be good legal recourse for me to get what I need. Look, I mean, life is great in New England, and it's guys like that. Santa Claus here at the Boston Pops. Man, my heart is filling with Christmas cheer.
We have had a wonderful time here tonight at Symphony Hall. Chuck, you did it. We're so proud of you.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so relieved that it's over and behind me, but it really did put me into the mood for the rest of the Christmas season.
You've inspired us. Maybe, Meter, you'll do it next year.
I would hope so. I mean, that was amazing inspiration. The good thing is he didn't pass out.
I did not pass out. That was one thing I concentrated on not doing.
Okay, finally, everybody's Christmas holiday wish. You first.
Oh, my Christmas holiday wish is for a Boston College Bowl win and a Life is Great New England triumph for the new season, and of course, a healthy season for all.
I second that with a Life is Great New England and BC, for that matter. How about you, Chuck?
2014, I think, is going to be a great year. We're going to have an amazing marathon. Don't forget, in April, we have the Red Sox coming off of a world championship. All of us are enjoying our families and the holiday season, and, I think my wish has been granted because I live here, right here in New England.
Okay, so we're standing here in front of this background, so we're going to pose now for our holiday photo.
Oh, good idea.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays, everybody.